News 12 local headlines from EPB. This is the place for the latest news from around the Tennessee Valley and North Georgia.
Hello, here's what's making headlines right now. Protesters gathered at Miller Park in downtown Chattanooga this afternoon in response to the ongoing conflict involving Venezuela and the United States. News 12's Robert Hanley was there and has our story.
The gathering focused on international developments following recent actions involving Venezuela's government and the United States, which have drawn attention worldwide. We caught up with someone against Trump's decision on what his opinion is on Venezuelans in America who support the action taken by the Trump administration.
I don't believe Maduro is a dictator, but if I can see that and I say, okay, sure, he's a dictator, point blank, how can we in the imperial core judge a country who's been under an illegal blockade for 60 years on their actions? They can't be free or fight for their interests as long as we are actively killing their leaders, bombing their nations. How can we put judgment on a country under our boot?
People at the park held signs and shared their views on U.S. involvement overseas. We spoke with a U.S. military veteran who says he supports President Trump's decision.
I think it was a great thing that Trump acted on this to take the dictatorship out and liberate the people of Venezuela, because they needed it more than any other country needed. They were, like I said, they were getting starved.
We also heard what thoughts were on some of the allegations against Maduro regarding terrorism and importing cocaine into the U.S.
Even if somehow he was a narco-terrorist, there's a international rule of law. There's a process, and the process does not include bombing civilians and kidnapping people in the middle of the night. There's a due process. The UN exists. The ICJ exists. There's a process.
Some protesters felt the approach didn't align with the international rule of law, while others felt in the grand scheme of things the kickbacks would possibly help the Venezuelan government.
I think it'll play out well for the Venezuelan people and their government, because I think they'll get the kickbacks from the oil that we refine for them through Chevron, through Exxon. I think they'll get great kickbacks if our current administration lives up to their words.
The demonstration remained peaceful, with participants using the public space to voice opinions on foreign policy and global affairs.
But I do believe the people will not let this go, the Venezuelan people specifically. We are walking into a Vietnam II.
As the situation in Venezuela continues to develop, in Chattanooga, protests like this reflect how international events can resonate locally. Reporting in Hamilton County, I'm Robert Hanley, News 12.
Thank you so much for joining us for your News 12 headlines. We'll be right back in 60 seconds.
Making it on my own, needing to find me a home, want a place that's beautiful. How can I make it my home, sweet home? Tennessee Valley, that's no more my home loan. TV, I'll see you, my home, sweet home.
See what's happening across the Tennessee Valley on the News 12 WeatherCam network. With golden sunrises to sailor's delight at night, cloudless blue skies to rolling storm clouds. It's streaming live on WDEF.com and on the News 12 news and weather apps. Check the views before you go to stay ahead of the changing weather, rain or shine. Your eye in the sky and across the Tennessee Valley is the News 12 WeatherCam network, powered by EPB. Your Storm Team AccuWeather forecast on demand.
Well, pretty uneventful, as you can see here, as we move through the next couple of days here. Some cloud cover is going to roll through, but really nothing to write home about. Really not expecting any rain tomorrow or the day after. Could see some of that on Wednesday. Checking out the 3-day forecast, as you can see, Monday 64 for the high and 37 for the low, warming up significantly as we go into Tuesday and Wednesday, getting all the way up to 70 on Wednesday, lows staying mostly in the 50s throughout the rest of this week. Rain could head our way on Thursday and on Friday. Of course, you can get the latest on our website, WDEF.com/weather, or on your good old-fashioned television set. It's Channel 12. This is the place.